What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be kind of interesting. I'm filming like a multi-part series for all my STI swap videos. But as you could tell from this one, it's not so much mechanical. We're actually going towards the electrical portion, which is going to be STI cluster and also hooking up the DCCD, or as much as I can before I actually drop the transmission in. So I'm trying to line up a date to where I can have a friend come over and get the transmission out with me. Actually, a couple days ago, I filmed the part 1 to getting the 5-speed out. So it's kind of weird the way that I'm filming all this, because now it's a couple days later. I still haven't got the 5-speed out, but I wanted to film this video to, you know, keep the progress going and do as much as I can on my own before I get a friend's help. So what I'm actually going to do also is kind of switch it up just a little bit. I picked up another modification probably over a week ago, which I'm going to do before it gets dark here. And then tomorrow I'm actually going to be doing the STI gauge cluster and start hooking up my DCCD control. And that's going to be what the contents of this video is. So just to get you guys caught up and understand what the hell is going on. So, as you could probably tell from the title, I'm not sure if I put it in there or not, I actually picked up something that I've wanted for a very long time from someone who actually watches the video. So, shout out to you, Brian. I really appreciate it. I ended up picking up APR GT3 mirrors for the 02 to 07. I think that's what they're made for, WX. And I've wanted these for a super long time. And the boy Brian freaking absolutely hooked it up on these. They're literally like pretty much mint condition, like carbon freaking fibre. And I've driven a car with these before, and I do understand the field of view is obviously not as good as stock, and it is probably gonna kind of suck for a little bit. Getting used to the smaller mirrors and the kind of the field of view, and also the fact that I can't adjust them anymore. But I've always wanted them, so I thought it's at least worth a shot. If I end up like just hating them driving wise, then I'll probably just kick them to the side. But then I'll probably switch back to some other mirror, maybe like a Ganador or something like that. But I really wanted to try these out. I really love the aesthetic of these, how they look, and I don't drive this car too often, so it's not necessarily a daily driver. So I think they'll be probably just fine for me. So that's what we're gonna do right now. They're really easy to install, and I'm sure a lot of people actually want these, or I feel like they're always in high demand to get these things installed. So I'm going to show you guys how to install them right now. Super basic. Might look a little intimidating because you need to take off the door card, but it's actually really easy to get this thing off. So we're going to go ahead, get straight into it, see what these mirrors look like, and we'll move on from there. Before I get too ahead of myself, there's really only 2 bolts holding this thing in. There's one right there. You can see there's a little cover holding that, and this bolt is already out in there. Once you get that off, you can actually just pop this guy out. Let's see if I can do it. Little bada bing, bada boom. What I can do is one hand. Is it possible? There we go. Now, gotta unplug this guy and move on. Now all I got to do is get those 3 bolts in this mirror here. We'll be ready to go. Love it. So we got the door all back together, ready to go. And last thing I did is I just adjusted the mirror so I actually see what the hell is going on here. Just another little compare and contrast. Obviously it is drastically smaller than the OEM one, but you can kind of see, I feel like I can see about the same. Am I lost? I don't know. If anything, this one seems more zoomed. This one's more of a wide it's like a wide view and a smaller mirror, and this is more of like a zoomed view and a big mirror. You see what I'm saying? Like, look at the fence. You can see the whole fence there, and then that. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, it's kind of interesting the way mirrors work, I guess. It is getting a little bit darker than I wanted it to. And I am not a fan of working in the dark because that's when mistakes are made, or at least for me, a lot. So I think I'm actually going to do the other mirror tomorrow. Also, my packages came in for the DCCD and also the STI cluster. I got an 04 STI cluster and also DCCD Pro, which I think I told you guys I was going to get, but I actually finally got it. It just showed up, and the box is in the garage now. So I'm stoked on that. We'll do a little unboxing. So I'll see you guys tomorrow when we start getting some more work done. I'm excited to see the STI gauges alive and well. And I think tonight's the night. I'm going to look up how to actually install the DCCD Pro. So should be pretty good. It's going to be a little bit of wiring, which I'm excited about. And it's pretty cool to learn new things too. So I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. We're going to get some more work done. I'm excited. Okay, so today is the next day. Like I said, already got the driver's side done. We're gonna move on to the passenger side of the car and start taking off everything just like the other side. Get this door panel off, get that mirror replaced. Once those mirrors are done, we are gonna move on to unboxing my STI cluster and also the DCCD Pro stuff. And also it comes with like the OEM STI buttons for like the differential control and like how you actually are able to move it. So those are pretty sweet. We're gonna check all those things out, and then I think I'll be able to install STI cluster today. Like I said, it's a 2004 STI cluster and it should be a plug and play. So if I can move fast, then I will be able to do that. But I actually picked up a shift at work today, so I only have about an hour and a half-ish to work on my car. So we'll see how much work I can get done. I think I can get some good work done. Let's go into it. Okay, so we got both of the mirrors installed. It's looking good. I'm really stoked with it. Now to move on for the STI cluster and the DCCD Pro. It's in this box right here. But before I do that, quick shout out to the boy Eric, aka on Instagram. Can't even make this up. The Fake STI. I believe he had a 2006 Debrex. He full STI swapped it. He had this full setup in his car. He hit me up. He said he watches the videos. So shout out to you. He ended up getting an STI now, so no longer needs all this stuff, and wanted to hook it up. So I appreciate it. You're the freaking boy. I'll pop up his Instagram over here. Go give him a follow. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Let's see what we got going. Got freaking bags on bags, dog. Oh god, this might be a harder install than I thought. Okay, so here looks to be the DCCD Pro unit. Right there, iWire wiring services. Spider. There you go, if anyone wants to know. This is the thing I need to hook up. And this is the thing I was talking about. It's actually hooked up already. All ready to go with the OEM buttons as well, so you could see. I had heated seats, being the Debrex Limited, so I already have the slots for these buttons to go to. So I'm probably going to try to put these buttons in and get the whole feel, and probably just hook up the cluster itself to see what that looks like. Possibly power it up. The battery is currently disconnected right now because I was taking out starter and all that stuff. So I might hook it up, see what it looks like, just so I can see the freaking sweep of the STI gauges. And I think that's probably going to be all for today. But this the boy here goes through the firewall. He told me that he labeled everything as to where it goes, so just to make my install like super easy. So I really, really appreciate it. The freaking boy Eric hooking it up. Yeah, this is going to be pretty difficult, but he's making it a lot easier, so I'm freaking stoked. Gotta take out this freaking jungle of wires. Let's see what else we got in here. Very well packaged. I'm impressed. Here we go. Here we go. And there's the gauges. Bam. We're gonna get this all cleaned up, ready to go. Throw it in the car. I'm excited. Alright, so it's time to finally get rid of my Debrex dash, swap in my STI one right here. I'm pretty excited to see what this thing's gonna look like. First things first,
Obviously, you got to get my access port out of here, no big deal. Once I do that, take out the bezel itself, and I'm sure there's literally probably just screws and some clips holding in the cluster, so we're going to take it step by step. I actually don't really know how to do it, but you guys are going to see me find out.
Alright, you can see a little comparison, DebRex versus STI. The fact that the STI one, obviously you can't see the numbers because they actually illuminate. And the DebRex one, you can see right there, obviously way different. So what I'm actually going to do, you guys know, I'm infamous for putting my access port attached to the cluster itself. This is all I used, for you guys wondering. It's just an adhesive thing, and the access port slides in right there. And I'm actually going to swap over this glass part onto here because it's already stuck on there, and this one's a little bit cleaner anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And I know a lot of people are gonna be like, wait, why would you do that? Like, you could see the freaking STI logo right there. But honestly, as we all know, even though I'm making it into an STI, I'm never going to call it an STI. So, I don't know. It's kind of like best of both worlds for me. I'm not going to see it, although I'll have all the red aesthetic and still be able to see the DCCD Pro kind of thing. So, I think it kind of works out perfect in my favor, and kind of keeps it stealth. If anyone's ever wondering if it's a DebRex or STI, just kind of cover that up. I don't know. I think it's kind of cool to do that. So, we'll see what it looks like. I got the battery hooked up. I'm going to hook this up right now, and then we'll get the nice little flop of the gauges. I'm excited. Okay, so I lied. I was convinced that these two are the same, when in fact DebRex and STI apparently is different once again. Only reason being the fact that this, you see these two holes at the bottom, because the DebRex doesn't have the rev adjuster. See what I'm saying? See this little guy? 2, and then 1. It literally has the hole there in the dash itself, but the plastic doesn't have it. I only have 1 hole in the DebRex one, so I can't actually swap this over unless I was to drill a little hole perfectly placed right there, which I didn't really want to do. So it looks like we're just gonna have to leave it at this, and I'm gonna have to get another thing to stick over here, because obviously this adhesive is not gonna last. So it's fine, I don't care. I mean, I wanted it like that, but it's fine. All right, switch up one more time. So I'm actually using the one that already came on the STI, and what I did is I actually just used some little compound to clean up the plastic itself, just the same one that I use on my headlights. Came out obviously a little bit better, you could tell, freaking shining, looking dope. And then I did rip off the one from the DebRex. It has a little bit of adhesive left on there, just enough to make it stick. We'll see how long that freaking thing lasts. So I'm gonna go ahead, plug this thing in, turn it on, got the battery plugged in. Should be pretty sick. So before I put everything back together, might as well do a little test, see if this works. I am scared. Full send. Ho ho ho, let's go. Turn that off. And there goes my compressor. All right, let's put the access port, see what it all looks like. All right, the full experience, the full Alexander Vargas experience with the Cobb access port right there. Let's go ahead. Yup. I like it. I love it. A lot of people were confused why I have it right here. I don't know if you guys realize, but the access port, hold on, I'm gonna undo this. The access port, it reads your RPM. So I just have the RPM readout right here, and it also has like a bar for boost and all that stuff. So I don't know. I mean, I'd much rather think this is like a little bit cooler. It's a little bit different. I am not the type of person when I'm driving, I need to be looking at the RPM. I just kind of go by feel and sound. So I don't know. I mean, some people might not like the aesthetic, but it definitely makes it feel like it's at home kind of thing. I don't know. I really like it there. And for anyone wondering how I did it, I think it was literally just what came with the access port. I stuck it on there, and it also gets rid of the cable, which I obviously want my dash to be really clean. I don't want any cables floating around anywhere. That's why I got this guy from No Coast Engineering too. Just tucks away all the cables, and it makes it look a lot better. So I'm stoked. Makes the inside look more complete. And next thing I'm going to do is I already got this button freaking halfway out. Like I said, the DCCD is going to go right there. Bada bing, bada boom. It's going to pop right in, and then I'm going to run all the wiring. But I'm actually running a little bit late to work right now. I got to get some food and then head to work to obviously fund the build. If you guys didn't know, a lot of people, like, I don't get it. A lot of people think that all my money comes from YouTube, or at least a lot of you guys do, and it actually totally doesn't. I make a majority of my money when I actually go to work. I'm a waiter. I'm sure I've said that so many times before, but this is not my only job, and I'm completely self-funded. Like, I don't get money from other sources and or my parents, and I do pay rent and all my bills. So I just want to put that out there because there's obviously a lot of skeptical people about like my situation and stuff like that. So anyway, I just wanted to, you know, clear the air on that. And just sometimes it bothers me when people assume stuff about me, but it's fine. It's fine, don't care. So now, I'm gonna go ahead, head to work. I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow when I actually end up running all the wiring for the DCCD. I'm gonna go ahead and research that tonight so I can give you a proper tutorial, and that will probably be the video. So, see you guys tomorrow.